Have mercy on your servants. Short attachment. Reminder continually tries to verify his truthfulness to the message he received and how he felt during transmission. To be honest, at times feeling was very airy, as of standing in a strong wind, very high, close to some invisible edge of precipice or huge opening. And if an angel would have dictated to me at that time, it would go something like this. Well, you, here now, short of time, are given only two options from the countless ways of apparent free will, discussed forever by short-sighted thinkers. Options to say yes or no to love. These are the only two choices given under circumstances, with ultimate implicit consequences. The rest already is dead rubbish. Also, I would say there was very strong presence of necessity for people to pray if they still want to be here. That would be the best they can do. And immediately then I understood that people would ridicule me and would go for kill if I would try to tell them that. So I finally did. It may lay in peace. Part 4. Short foreign version. We are men and women, free from authorities, powers, darkness, demons, etc., is one being. Constant failing and lack of belief are causes for perpetual separation. Glory to Unnamable. Peace and prosperity crown this felicity to the ones who understand that. That is Christ's kiss to his descendants. The only real reason why you are here, since you are here for a very short time, is to react beyond words in a state that frees you from the world around you, that is prison of authorities. You achieve your true nature that exists beyond this world with your own effort, avoiding the harmful unknown in your wanderings in other states that you may not be aware of yet. For courageous, liberate yourself from darkness of this world, the afterworld, paradise. Imagine what kind of inner and outer state that must be when your spirit starts to travel towards Unnamable. But that's saying too much. You have to be an extremely good traveler to even get to the starting point. More than you can imagine now. Actually, normal people dislikes and laziness have put the world in a state where it's now. Spiritual sluggishness is much more destructive than war. It actually creates it. It upsets the very depth of creation, because whatever authorities may have it now is doomed at the end of their states and created beings. A human being cannot be in the middle. He or she is constantly threatened by authorities and their created ways, in order to choose, of course. But the main course, of course, is death. If you have bought into that crap, then no. The error of death is final. It's not fixable in any after-death state, but only in this one. To truly understand or to wake up to this established truth basically means to die here first, laugh, and die later. Not to know that experience and that belief means that you are a slave to authorities. Truth is freedom, and freedom is truth, crowned with love. How many times one has to say that? The rest is manipulation with cloudiness of your selfhood possessed mind. You are much less and much more than you can imagine. You cannot imagine that because you are not able to shake off the scales from your inner eye. The attack on you and how you'll be attacked is coordinated from the very beginning. What they call reality or demand to think about it in terms of reality simply prove that rights to be right belongs to us. Darkness is here and growing. One can see it as easily as one's problems. Worries are created and endlessly prolonged by authorities to push you back in the darkness of mind and into submission. The point is to break you. To give up is to be broken. Then what is called duplicity of life is pure nonsense. There is not a bit of life in it. Evil can take any subtle form it wants, but it cannot get rid of light. There is no darkness in the very core of your being. But without darkness, there is light. In light, everything is illumined. It's light. The whole trick is to reduce physically and psychologically your inner light to such an extent that you give up on its existence. They even try to convince you that to feel truly good at all times is boring. What utter rubbish! So at that moment you turn into a slave, however free you might think of yourself. There is no life, no reason, no career, no fulfillment, etc., except to escape from the bondage of darkness. But it doesn't make you become rigid, narrow-minded, frozen. Darkness will never give you what it promises: safety, security, riches, etc. Darkness is only the part of your individual mind which isn't illuminated yet. It's like colorless worm living protected under the stone of your mind created by authority. If you truly think that there is no mercy, there is no mercy, or the opposite. Without the participation of your mind, there is nothing. All has to be substantiated in your mind for you to truly fight with oppressors who have constituted you the way you are. By barring your way to your individual ascendance, they make you forget the questions like, what's the reason for living? All that really exists is beyond your reason. Free yourself, or whatever that entity will be, from reason. Reason is memory. Memory is poison till you remember what's behind your recollections. You cannot know what lies in front of you by thinking of what you know. All this kind of thinking, argumentation, and doubts stem from the authorities. We are genetically faulty engineered beings on purpose. Wake up. So are the ones that are regarded as authorities. Mistake lies with them. Modernity, antiquity, is all nonsense to give you the appearance of fake development. To sit on the toilet like the one kings used to crap in is an achievement of modernity, coupled with the speed of death. So either you are in a state of slavery or not. It doesn't depend on nature ways, or on electricity or a job. There is nothing less or more. Less means that you feel something less, and more means that you want something more, what in turn becomes the validity of more. Most of what's written in this world is doubtful in terms of sincerity. Since the creation of Logos, or word, originates only in relation to this universe, that is matter which no one has ever really seen. All who have attempted to write about truth are denied as impossibility because of others' pride. And those who aren't denied because of others' pride. All that's written about truth has some veracity in it because of pride of others. So assumption is that without pride and others, there is nothing. Really so. As of your inescapable makeup, you have to believe in something, or at least partially believe in something, whatever that is. So inevitably it becomes your truth. There are all kinds of possibilities. Credibility of living, credibility of zombies, etc. All what's written about truth is a try to get around the coffins of the mind, or to put one more nail into them, as well as to strengthen the weaklings who have decided to hatch from the stupor of others. Those who say that the world is good are liars. Those who say that this world is bad are liars. Those who say it's for soul or heart or spirit or next generation or different life or state or awareness or to destroy or to save the world. Who came up with this line? Next we will save God, right? They are all ignorant. Incomparable is the truth. Impossible is unnamable. Only your pride wants to see you somewhere in all that. You only want, though you don't get anything really. Wake up. You want to be wanted, but to be wanted means to sit in hardness, prison. And that's what you want to know. Your wanting and knowing is inseparable. Any man gets erased to foundation before he leaves this place of poverty. All will have to give up all. You can do it with success now or without it later. That's immutable demonstration. So actually, human desire is to interpret or recreate the act of very creation. That's called understanding, only because of pride in it. It is an act of imitation and not of creation. Funny to state that humans have such an obstinate pride and self-importance that they would like to be gods, or actually they would like to be as gods, with no doubt, even if that would determine them as crooked slavish slaves in order to get to the desired goddom. Damn it. Human history is a story of pride, masked by colorful attire. From the top, dispersed to the bottom. Satan is prince of this world. I witness the days when pride is saturated to crystal and impregnated all. It's no wonder that they look green to me and aliens. And they only curse is catch each other in wrongdoings all the time. Non-selfish alien wouldn't be even an alien then, if he wouldn't represent the group or other entities but solely oneself. So I state that humans have become aliens to themselves, or put it mildly, to the true nature of humans. Since in their minds, without saying, there is only me and my desire, but together with others. Nobody of them would admit that. There are a lot of fancy attempts to make all in one, from pride of course. That's all explicable and inexplicable truth. Pride is so great to those who are constructed with this default given. Your present rulers and oppressors. Authorities have built implacable fortress around their own making. To say that the biggest enemy is the very person to himself is true, of course. Just not to forget that it was put in your mind by authorities which modeled you. Be high. God is untraceable. So if you know that planets are 8 or something, octave is divided in 8 or something. The number which is revered in religions, added or divided also. It's actually not so important, could be 12 as well. It all shows to the fault of what's modeled, and if it's traceable, then it's not directly from Unnamable. Be high. This isn't an argument. Verity doesn't need to be proved. There is so much fear and all the rest of emotions, but definitely pride is the main brick, which was not rejected by builders who were surrounding Genesis. Right there, the existence of authorities is or has been revealed by pride alone from the very beginning. Truth is, it has no pride. So one would say humanity as people of meaning could think of themselves as haven't yet been even born, but ready to perish. And all attempts otherwise has been pushed down by explicit doctrines of beings and humans who for one or another reason serve authorities. Violence, murder, submission, and authorities is the same. Whoever wants to postulate the opposite serves authorities, however good their story may sound. The same as those who regard that all life is sacred and even accidentally cannot be destroyed. Its vulgarity of vulgar sacred, which demands sacrifices or behavior where you have to walk on ego shells and not to break that what's meant to be broken. That is just another form of sacrifice. So to say, it's all made up by authorities. Your guilt is part of it. Having no guilt is from and for the lodge of rulers, your masters. It's at the end of a beginning of a stick. The same. Your true enemy is inside you, and outside you is how you perceive yourself among others. It's you who bangs your head against the end of the universe in order to know your own heart. And it is not you at all. You is what is. After all, for authority, you are simply a human resource. That's why they seem to care for you at times. They simply haven't squeezed all the life out of you yet. Any authority gets corrupted because its root is corrupted. Corruption rots. Do not fear. As long as you will not become okay in the state where you were created, you will be at mercy of authorities. It's okay to know that. It's where you are. Be high. And I say, yes, yes, yes. And one more time, yes. In the way of an epilogue. Transmission from realm of Be High. This message was first received in summer of 1999 AD. Hello. This is a transmission from the Be High realm to anybody who can hear us. We welcome you in Be High realm. Be High. You have finally met us through space and time, through the development of the original migrating intelligence. That intelligence started its journey way back, home, billions and billions of years ago. Years do not matter here. Be high. The end of the road or the new start has finally been reached. We have met. Be high. We come from invisible light. Do not fear. We come with this message for you. Be high. We come before the birth of the universe. Welcome. We come here now before the existence of space and time. Be high. It's impossible to locate Be High realm by any coordination system It could be billions of light years away from this moment and this world. It could be right here, now, as you hear it. Light years do not matter. We have met. Welcome. We don't measure distances with speed of light. The speed of light is slow. Be high. Be high realm consists purely of love, as does everything else for that matter. All outside the high realm consists purely of belief. Be high. Love understood by love dissolves everything. Invisible light is everywhere. Welcome. Love is all there is. Be high. You should not fear. This is not peace. This is love. Be high. Attachment. At the end, even matter will become alive and rise up against their presence. Songs of what we don't want. Rev East West. We don't want your wanting. We don't want your history of wanting. We don't want your past of finding. We don't want your future for us. We don't want your promise. We don't want the hope that comes from you. We don't want what you call love, nor do we want anything that comes from opposing you. We don't want what awaits you, nor do we want what awaits us by being near you. We don't want what you imagine as riches. We don't want what you imagine as destitute. You belong to what you worship. Inescapable is worship. We don't want your poverty. We don't want your prosperity. We don't want your fear. We don't want your obtuse bravery. We don't want your preciseness. We don't want your precise blindness. We don't want your feeling of hunger. We don't want your feeling of satiety. We don't want your blown up strength. We don't want your obvious weakness. We don't want your skepticism. We don't want your believings. We don't want your so-called good. We don't want your so-called evil. We don't want your greed. We don't want your asceticism. We don't want to be ignorant of who you are. We don't want to be ignorant of what you are not. We don't want to be ignorant of who we are. We don't want to be ignorant of what we will be. We don't want your fame. We don't want your oblivion. We don't want your shame. We don't want your honor. We don't want your glory. We don't want your togetherness. We don't want your separation. We don't want your faith. We don't want your disbelief. We don't want your sacred peace. We don't want your sacred suffering. We don't want your sacred happiness. We don't want your sacred violence. We disengage from you, though we do nothing about it. We disengage from you, though you cannot do anything about it. We don't despise you. We despise your error. Error is empty. We don't want your drunkenness. We don't want your sobriety. We will take what belongs to us. You will get what belongs to you. You who are in the middle, beware. Neither your darkness nor your light are real here. Neither do your emotions have any real ground. You have no share in us by supposition. Your cleverness is dull. You can only dismiss your own self. You can only forgive yourself as a matter of clarity. Repentance is the key. We have no share in your death. Error of death is final. Death is here to make free men slaves. Glory is to Unnamable. Glory is to race of kingless realm. Songs sang by kings and beggars alike.